Pick your teeth, pick your nose.
They're white. My nose is picked.
They're
No
white.
bats in the cave. Hey, look it.
No.
I met the cutest yellow teeth dude. I was like, oh,
Yellow teeth. Oh my
You
god.
met the cutest yellow teeth dude?
Oh my gosh.
Who
You
he
said
said
did like
cute
this.
yellow
that?
teeth.
He did like this. I was like, oh, like what do
You
you do
cute.
with that?
You better get some whitening
He's
strips.
fine.
Mm.
I ain't gonna, cause
Yeah,
he'll
I was like,
just. I ain't worried
maybe,
about it.
like his teeth isn't a priority. Work is a priority. Like right now, it's COVID. I guess I don't know, but I was like, look,
What's funny is
You said,
open it,
look.
just
look,
up his squeezy,
like it
his
looks like
squeezy toy.
corn niblets on his teeth.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it
You
was
got
Sean.
really.
candy corn for
Yeah,
teeth.
candy corn. It was like he said, "Hey," I said, "Hey."
You said
You
you're
said,
like candy corn and
oh.
Like
teeth.
his face was all this, and he did like this. I said, "Oh,
Okay.
okay,
Guess you don't brush your
hey,
teeth. Okay.
That's bad. All right, here we
yeah."
go.
I thought
All
so
right,
too. I was like, "Oh my god, like, get your life."
here we go.
Hmm. All right, are we ready? Let's go. Let's get it. Let's
We're
hit it.
ready. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey,
What's
Hey.
hey.
up? What's up? We took a week off. We are back. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast. I'm your radio chick, Kiki Brown. Check it in. Check it in.
And I am the chatter chick, LaShawn Tipton. Check it
Mm-hmm.
out. Check
And
it
I'm your
out.
millennial chick, Jerry Tipton.
Mm-hmm. We're
All
back and we're
right.
zooming. We're zooming again because the pandemic. Do you know it's been almost a year since
Almost
we
a
Yeah,
year.
started zooming
Yep.
our
yeah.
podcast? But
Year
that means
13,
we
March
like Diddy
13th.
can't stop, won't stop. We won't stop. We
You
can't
gotta
stop,
keep
won't
them.
stop.
The show must go on.
Show must go on. We got
Yes,
plenty to
it
talk
will.
about. Last week it was kind of dead. I was like,
Yeah, it was a little,
but
not too
this
much going on.
week,
Yeah,
child,
there's a few things. Oh, yeah.
Sean, we
Hmm.
gonna catch you up. We gonna catch you up because I know you
Please.
don't even know. You don't know. You do know.
I know, but
Mother Cicely Tyson passed away, right?
Good old
my
But wait,
Cicely.
stars.
why was I devastated? My son was like,
It's
she's
Cicely
96.
Tyson.
She's
Yeah.
96. I was like, but she's like, that's my shero.
Yeah.
Like,
Hmm.
that's Cicely. That's mother. Mother has
Hmm.
Yeah.
lived. That's mother.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
you
So
know
right.
what? She looked old, like back in the day when she was young.
yeah, she
Like
Hmm.
played old
at
people.
96,
Yeah,
she
she
looked
did. Yeah.
great. She was,
Yeah.
oh, she was just fly and adorable. But back in the day, I was like, when she played Miss Jane Pittman, that was makeup, of course, but she took it off. She still had an old look to her though.
She was
Yeah.
supposed to be
Yeah.
90 something as Miss
Miss
Pittman,
Jane Pittman,
but
yeah.
she was actually 96, didn't look nothing like Miss Pittman.
Seemed like
Mm.
None at all. She didn't have
she
none of
had
them
no,
wrinkles.
she was sharp at 96. Oh my
She
God.
was.
I
She was
didn't know
fly.
that she had just written her autobiography, which I downloaded.
Yeah.
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 Did she
So
die
I
like the
thought
day
that,
after it was done?
yep,
Wow.
yep, yep,
What a way
Mm.
to leave your
yeah.
mark, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mother
she
has
was so
lived,
cute.
and I thought about it, and I said, like, I teared up because it was like
Mm.
I remember just watching her in films, and after I watched two films on Turner Classic Movies. I watched
Mm.
Yeah.
Sounder,
Sound,
and I watched
yes.
a man named Adam, a man called Adam, something with Sammy Davis Jr. Oh my god!
Mm.
And I mean, there were so many people in that movie. I was just like,
Yeah.
wow. But and everybody in the movie was dead.
Yeah.
Hmm.
She was
um,
the last. She was like the
yeah.
Betty White of the crew.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. But I was just like, wow, she really loved God.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
that woman, you talk about God fearing. Every
Hmm.
Hmm.
role, everything she did, she gave homage to God. She was just like, I give all the honor to God. I guess
Hmm.
he's not done with me yet. Up, I guess I
Right.
still got more to do. I guess that, it's just like, wow,
Hmm.
man. I wish she was
Yeah.
my nana.
That's pretty much the way to live. I mean, what's the use of fretting about, oh, it's another day? It's like it's another
Hmm.
day you were allowed to live. Now make something happen. And
Right.
that's the way she felt. She was with her cute self, just
So
adorable.
cute. Snatched to the gods all the
Yeah.
time.
You
Yes.
know what? She really would have been my friend. I think she did try to call me one time. I don't remember, but yeah, I think a couple years ago we would have been friends. I was a little busy, but I love her. I still do.
You know what? You need to stop because she's sitting right at the right hand.
Yeah,
She on
yeah.
the right
She on
side.
the right hand.
She at the
Yes.
right side. So you better be
Yeah.
quiet. She in
I
the
heard you
passenger
heard somebody
seat.
preach about that. They say, Jesus sitting at the right hand of the Father. And it doesn't talk about the left because the left hand is for us.
Hmm.
Yes. Oh, Jerry
Hmm.
ran away. See
We
you
done
later,
lost
Jerry.
the millennial.
Yeah,
See, we
lost.
done lost them.
You know what I
Well,
mean? She hit the
February
wrong
5th,
button.
February 15th is when she will be laid to rest. It's supposed to be a public viewing in New York City.
Yeah.
So, dang, I wish I could make
Yeah.
that one. That would have been dope.
Nah. Nah.
Yeah. But I mean, I would have loved to pay my respects to see the Queen. I
Yeah.
definitely would have.
Yeah.
Jerry,
So
you
I
missed
don't.
it.
I was
Mother
talking. I don't know what happened. Oh
You
my
hit a
gosh.
you hit a little button on your phone there, right?
Mother will be Mother will be laid to rest February 15th. If you're in New York City, there will be a public viewing, just in case you wanted to make some plans to see
Mm-hmm.
Mother.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
That's
I
going to be
should.
something
I
else.
should. I'm not
But
doing
you
anything
know
else
what?
that
If
day.
they put her funeral, I told you that's in 2021. One of the things I do not want them to get rid of is that online funeral. Because if they have her funeral online, guess who's going to be in attendance?
You gonna be church
Mm,
ready? You gonna have your church hat
you
Church
on
gonna
and
have your
everything?
ready.
hat and all of that.
Yes.
I can't wait to see you.
Yes. You know what? I think the first funeral I saw on television was Whitney Houston's.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
I
They
watched
put
that
hers
too.
on
Mm-hmm.
there. And then, Aretha Franklin's was an 8 hour
Hmm.
joint.
I think that thing is
And
going on now. I think it's
yeah,
still
I
going
think
on.
it really is.
It's still
I
going
went to
on.
work,
Oh,
came back. I was like, what? She's
She's still
still
there with
on.
her legs crossed, and
Yes. Yeah, like,
God, he was getting tired. Oh my
mm,
gosh.
it was. So
mm.
then now you can watch them online. They call it, grieving online. And the last
Did
funeral I
you just
watched
call a
online.
grieving online?
That's what they call it, grieving online. Like, or
I never
mourn at
heard that.
home or something. Mourn
Nah.
at home.
Okay,
Yeah.
more at
But
home.
that's one thing I do not, because you think I'm gonna buy another plane ticket or drive to go see your loved one. I'd be like, oh, what's the
Y'all
website
gonna be on
address?
Facebook Live? That's a
What's the
shame.
website address? Oh,
Y'all gonna be
I'll
on
be texting
YouTube.
them.
I'll look at it.
Oh
Send me the
yeah,
link.
I'm gonna be texting family. Oh, he sure do look
I don't
good. Look
like
at
watching
him.
that on Facebook and people have their funerals on Facebook Live. I don't
Yeah,
like
It
it. I
well,
feels
think it's
weird. I don't
tacky.
know.
I
Yeah,
think
and
I
it's
it's like
tell
it's
you.
tacky.
not it's not personal. You know what I mean? Like it's for the whole world to see.
I
Like
think it's tacky.
I never really
If they got
care
a
for it.
good camera person, I'm gonna watch it. Because
Well,
the
I can
one
see
that I
celebrities,
saw,
but somebody's uncle.
yeah, my family lives everywhere, and that saves me money. I can watch that online. It's just like get a good camera person. And funeral homes offer that as a service. So I don't want to hear a voice and they over here focused on a picture, and this person's over here, and then they zoom over here real quick. Just if they get a good person, I'm watching that joint. Because
Mm.
the last one I watched, shoot, I came on in the house and had lunch, everything. I was watching it like,
You said
all
I
right.
had lunch. Oh my god! I
I
had
like
a
he.
little drink.
I did. I was like, oh, I started crying. That crying made me hungry. I went in there and put me something in the microwave. I was like, he looked good.
I watched it I had to do homework and during Whitney Houston's funeral. So I was at the bookstore and I had my laptop up and I had my headphones and I'm like I'm
Oh
crying and people looking at me like, what the hell is wrong? I'm like,
Like,
it's
what's wrong with
Nippy.
you,
It's
girl?
Nippy.
no. Yeah.
Nippy.
Her little funeral, man. Me and my aunt was texting each other, and we were talking about because Sharita Jakes, TD Jakes' wife, she, because it was so long, she like did like that. I said, "Girl, hit Sharita, hit Sharita." My aunt was like, "Oh, I'm sitting right behind her." I said, "Tap her." She didn't put her head down. She didn't put her. So the whole
Uh,
time we texting and cracking jokes. I
Mm.
said, this is wonderful. We watched the whole thing. I said, oh Lord, look at them. Oh,
Well, there's some funerals that may or may not be live on Facebook, or you may have them. You may not. We lost a lot of celebrities. I actually get scared when I see a celebrity's picture because you be like,
You don't know. Yeah.
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 And
Like,
they'd be
don't
like,
take
no,
the
they're
head.
on Saturday Night Live this week. You'd be like, oh,
Oh,
whew.
oh.
Oh
Oh my
God,
God.
it's
Your heart
Saturday.
just starts beating super
I saw a
fast.
picture.
Like,
Who was the picture of? I think it was of Denzel. I said, "Oh Jesus, no!"
No.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
God, okay.
He's still here. He
He's
got a
still with us.
movie out.
Okay.
Jesus,
We
no.
we Jesus said no, Black Jesus. Dustin Diamond from Saved by the Bell. He was very young.
Yeah,
Yeah.
40,
Yeah.
Dustin
in
Diamond
his
from
40s.
Cancer. Yeah, he was 44
Right.
years old.
Right.
Cloris Leachman. I followed her career. She was a funny lady.
She
Funny
was.
lady.
She did Dancing with the Stars, which was hilarious.
She was like
I
the oldest contestant
Yeah,
on there.
I
Yeah.
watched it. I don't watch the show. I've seen a couple episodes. I can't admit that, but I did see it with her on there. Every time they would swing her, I was like, oh no, be careful.
Mhm.
Ooh, I was feeling the pain, like, oh no, don't hit
That's
her.
what she said. That's what
Ooh,
she said. Oh Lord,
yeah,
you
she
like
holding
this?
on. She holding on like this while they swinging her.
You said,
Like,
"Oh no, be careful."
be
I'm so weak.
careful.
Larry
Mm-mm-mm.
King. We also lost Larry King. Hal
Yeah.
Holbrook was a famous actor.
Yes.
Baseball great Hank Aaron passed away. Phil Spector, I totally forgot he was living. I only remember him from
Yeah.
watching his court hearings and the wigs. But he
Yeah.
was like a big music exec back in the day. And then he
Mhm.
was caught into some scandals, so he passed away. Joanne Rogers, Mrs. Rogers, Mr. Rogers' widow,
Mhm.
she
Yeah.
passed away. Siegfried from Siegfried and Roy, the Tiger Tamer. So both of them are gone.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, yeah. So the one, okay, yeah, both of them are
both of
gone.
them are gone.
I
And
saw their
Gregory
show in Vegas.
Sierra. Gregory
Hmm?
Sierra from
Mhm.
Barney Miller and Sanford and Son, the Hispanic. Come on, Fred, you know what
No,
you got to.
not
Yeah,
Julio.
Julio. No, I think Julio
Julio
was the. Oh, that
from
was Rollo.
from.
Yep,
No, no. How you gonna put Rollo? Well, you gonna mix them
because
all
there was
together?
two. Don't worry about it. It's okay.
Yeah, is
But
Rollo still
yeah,
living? I thought about
I don't
Rollo.
know. We talking about Julio. We talking about
Yeah,
Julio.
I'm gonna Google
Yep.
Rollo, see if Rollo still live, because he was like the coolest dude back in the day. Rollo used to
I
be
used to
like,
have a crush on
yo,
him as a little girl, which was weird.
yes,
But like he
yeah.
was just like a really cool, like Puerto Rican dude. He was mad
Oh
cool.
no,
He
you
was
talking about
always
Julio? I'm
fly.
sorry, I was still on Rollo. I'm sorry. Oh, R.I.P. Julio. I'm back.
Anyway, yeah,
That was so
I'm
that
unfunny.
sorry.
was
I
weird.
was I was I was talking about
And
Rollo.
I was
But
talking
yeah,
to my
Julio
son
then
about this.
died.
I was
Mm.
talking to my son about this, and I said, and Betty White is still alive. He said, "Mom, don't
She's
say that."
still,
And I said, "Yeah, but she is."
she's still, and
Why you
and
trying to
she's
kill her?
older, right? Isn't she
I
like
ain't
Yeah, she's
99?
100. She's like
A
100
She's
years
hundred
about
and
old.
50
90. I
years
think she's
old.
99. She is.
Yeah,
She's 150
Ooh.
years old. She like
So much.
Jesus. Come on.
yeah.
Jesus, come on.
She's enjoying, like she was on like one of the TV shows talking about well, she probably ain't got the size house as average people. She got a big house because she said there's like two ducks that come over
But she
and
feeds the ducks. She
she
did that
feeds
for
the
her
ducks.
birthday.
That's probably her own pond that she's feeding them from. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
She
Mhm.
Girl.
ain't like, oh, I walk to the park. That's her own park. You
Right.
know, and she has a
Her
whole
own part.
staff. Yeah, she got a whole staff. Money
I'm
can help you
sorry to
live long.
say, I'm sorry to say, but Betty White, when Betty White finally gets called home to glory,
Mm.
What? How you gonna
we just
kill
gonna be
Betty?
like,
No, I'm gonna be
She
singing
was
that.
short said no.
Thank you for being a friend. Yes, I'm gonna ask them if I can sing at her funeral. Thank you
so
Oh
for
Wendy
Lord.
being a
Williams, let's move
friend.
on. Wendy Williams premiered her Lifetime movie and documentary last week.
I
I,
saw it.
I watched
I
it.
didn't see it
First of
yet.
all, I was pissed off. Well, I'm sorry, Jerry. Spoiler alert. They did
Okay,
Spoiler
that's
alert.
fine.
some framing skyline frame of what was supposed to be Philly, and it was Pittsburgh.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
I see. I didn't watch the whole movie. I watched her interview that she did with everybody, and then her movie played afterwards, and I was just
Why didn't
like,
y'all watch this?
I
yeah,
don't
you know what?
know.
The
I
movie I
don't.
wasn't real interested. Like after you
It's
see her
good.
do the interview, you already know what's going to happen in the movie.
Well, I
Because
think
I
that
watched it the day after. Because when they did it on Saturday, they did the movie first, and then they had her little
Her
what is
yeah,
it?
interview part.
Her
her
interview
documentary.
afterwards. Right. They
Yeah.
had that afterwards. So when I watched it I didn't watch Saturday, I watched Sunday. So I saw her interview first and then the movie. So when the movie came on, I was like, oh yeah, Kevin, this is the part where Kevin's gonna do this. So I was like, oh, I'm
Hmm.
good. And I went to
Well,
sleep.
it talked about some things that you may or may not have known about her career. She was heavy on drugs. She made a lot of
Yeah.
bad decisions when it came to love. She loved her family. She was just rebellious, and she just loved life, and
Yeah.
she just made some bad decisions, and she loved hard. And eh, yeah, according to her story, which he denies all those allegations, which she
Mm-hmm.
had receipts. Like, no, you
Yeah.
really did. We have receipts here that you bought this girl cars and you got her pregnant. But
Rolex and
yeah,
yeah.
he's
Mm.
denying it. But and it portrayed him to be this really bad person, like a monster,
Yeah.
basically. So,
Yeah.
Well,
but he's
supposedly the
opening an
staff didn't like him.
Italian restaurant. So he's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. Even before the movie and all that, there was like rumors about him, and even on her TV show, the staff didn't like him, and that was
Hmm.
rumored before the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah, I heard of that too.
after listening to her interview, it kind of sounded like she still want him back.
It also looked like she was
Hmm.
drunk.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
was like, well, she lived, but she got, I mean, listen, I give her a set, child, because she lived a
Well,
hard life. She
Yeah,
she
was
she
had
did.
she
She
bursting.
had
sure
to come
did.
out because for
Yeah,
one thing,
absolutely.
she used to drag people. Like
Oh
she when
yeah.
she
Hmm.
found out information, well, she drug you through the dirt.
That's what she's
So
known for doing
right.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
That's
when
what made
her
her
stuff
famous.
came out, she had to bring it out. But I'm gonna tell you what, one thing that she taught me about looking at her documentary is that you gotta watch how you cry, right? Cause that face when she cried, I was like, no.
It was like, it was, it was
Whew,
kind
it
of,
was
I don't want to say
bad.
bipolar. Maybe that's not,
It
because
was
she
a
would just be talking like this, and then she would just go through.
I was like, it's like
Some type of cry.
it was a cry. It was
Faces.
yeah,
Oh
it was an ugly
But that's
cry.
how, but that's
It's
how I
one of
looked. I
those you
was
got
just
to
like,
cover your whole face when you cry.
You
Like
gotta
I know,
go. Your whole face
but
is
then
just
she
your
would
yeah,
mouth is
snap out of
twisted.
it. But then she
yeah.
would snap out of it.
And
Because she was like, okay,
I'm good.
okay,
I wouldn't be
I'm good.
surprised if she was still,
yeah. I really
you
felt for
know,
her.
but
I did.
I wouldn't
I
be
felt.
surprised. But
Yeah.
Listen,
according to
I wouldn't be mad.
I
I
don't
ain't
think there was
mad.
ginger ale in that glass that she
no.
had, but I really felt for her, and then I understood her story. I knew,
Hmm.
I mean, to be cheated on multiple times and you stayed with him. She was cheated on her before she had her
Yeah.
child, and the
Yeah.
whole deal. And then he gets in there in her business, and she allows him to take control over all that.
Right.
And it took
Right.
her a while. It took her a minute to get control back of her life.
Right.
And if
Hmm.
it really wasn't for, I think he's messed around like numerous times, but this
Oh
time
yeah.
presented a baby. So a baby
A
had
baby.
to
Yeah.
stop you, in your tracks,
Right.
like to find
Right.
yourself. So and this was it was during the year where everything was happening great for her. Show was doing great. She got a star, and then the boom, a
Yeah.
baby.
And
Like,
the baby. It's like,
you
Well,
wow, it
I
know,
just
think
all
all
started
of
coming
that
down.
happened after she found it. It seemed like everything was going well for her after she filed for divorce, because that's when
yeah.
she was named. Well, maybe she got the star, was told about the star
Hmm.
while he was doing his thing. But I don't like and we only have like 2 minutes, but I don't like that she's looking for love now, because it's like,
They said she
Give
was on a
yourself
dating
some time.
site.
yeah, she's on a dating
Yeah.
site, or maybe
That's
she
not a
has
good
her own
look. She
dating
gon'
site, and it's like, nah, ma, I think
That's
you should
not
just,
good
because
because
you're not gonna
anyone,
get someone who's genuine.
it's
Everybody knows who you
not
are.
when
Everybody knows who
she,
you are.
yeah,
Just love yourself, boo.
Right. I
yeah, it's
think
all
she
right.
need that time for healing. I mean, it's okay, like
Mm-hmm.
after a relationship, to just stop and refocus and get your little self together.
Right.
That's what I
Hmm.
do, and I'm okay with that. After I'm in a relationship, I'm like, let me just
It's
give
okay to
myself
just
time.
chill,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
because
and
you want to
that's what you
give
need.
everything to that next person. You don't want to compare them
You
to
don't want to,
Mm-hmm.
what you
yeah.
had before, or if they're not. So yeah,
Hmm.
she need to
Hmm.
take some time. And with her being a celebrity or whatever, go ahead and date. But I can understand that she wants to find love because she's been in marriage. She's been in a marriage. So she
Right.
knows what it is to be with somebody in a somewhat
You put all
stable
your life out there.
relationship.
You can't find anybody that's genuine. I mean,
Yeah.
look
And the
at
dating
Kenya
site is
Moore.
not the
Look
good
at
way to do it.
you're not gonna, and especially, yeah,
Did you
like you
say
said,
Kenya
Jerry,
Moore?
like
Don't
today.
don't mention
No, 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 no,
Kenya
no.
Moore.
I'm just
Uh,
saying that you put yourself out there to be this thirst spot, somebody who's always drama. Everybody knows who you are, especially if you're in Atlanta. That dude Mark knew who he was getting. He
Oh,
knew
with
that he wasn't
Kenya.
gonna. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So if you put yourself and you're the queen of gossip, you're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
get somebody who's just
Yeah,
all about your heart. Hopefully
yeah.
she
No.
does, but
I pray that she
that's
does
gonna
because
be a
she
hard
deserves that.
hard one.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. God bless her
Speaking
soul. Mhm.
speaking of hard ones, I heard Trey Songz allegedly has a sex tape out. Has anyone
All
seen
right,
it?
I'm
Mm.
gonna turn my mic
Ah!
off.
Seen a clip because I'm
You saw a clip?
looking. I saw a little clip.
Wait, the movie clip? No.
Yeah, I've seen a clip. I'm
What'd
searching
you
for it,
what'd you see? What'd you
and I
see?
forgot to. Woo! I did. Let's just say that man he's truly blessed.
All
I'm
right,
just
well,
gonna say
tell the
that.
story. Tell the story. I don't.
No, we don't have time. We don't have
There,
time.
I mean, I don't even know if there's like a story behind it. I don't know how it leaked, to be honest. Like, I really
He
don't know. I
leaked
just,
it. He
He
leaked
leaked
it.
it.
yeah. Yeah. And he
Is
came
he
out
nude?
saying he didn't know it was leaked or whatever. And then I seen
How
him
about your
post
mic was
something
off?
about his, yeah. Then he posted like his OnlyFans link or whatever. I don't know if that
He's
had,
coming out with an
into it,
album.
but
I
he
just
just came
think
out
that's
with an
foul.
album. He
Yeah,
just came
but
out with an album a few months ago.
yeah. I just think that's kind of thirsty.
And then I just don't, I don't
I
get
really
it.
keep swiping when it comes to I was a big Trey Songz fan and now I'm just like swipe. I'm just still swiping.
I love him musically. I really, really do. But sometimes I question if he's, the type of man that he portrays in his music. And
And he
I
came out
don't
from the
know.
gate. He came out
Yeah.
from the gate
Yeah.
with that. So I'm not shocked. But yeah, I see how much you've been affected, Miss. I saw a clip.
Who, me?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
I didn't know if it was him, but the same clip kept coming up. And they're like, this is him, this is him. So I'm
The
like,
same
you
clip kept
the
coming up.
same clip kept coming up, like, after
But
a
it
while, I'm
pops in
just
your
like,
feed, or you keep
no,
looking for
I
it.
searched it.
Ah,
I searched it and it was the same clip, and I'm like, so this
What is
must
he
be
running
him.
around naked or something?
It was,
well,
you can't
you know
see.
what? Tell us off because I don't want nobody to write us nothing. So we're gonna take a quick break because we're gonna talk
Okay.
about how a threesome got a really, really crowded for the Harrises. At least I
Ooh,
think it was a threesome.
yeah.
We're gonna talk about it with the millennial chick because she's the one that gave me the tea. So she gonna give
Mm-hmm.
us this tea about Trey Songz, then we're gonna give you the tea about the Harrises. So hang on a second. It's about to get hot. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media today. Hold tight.
Y'all are funny.
Hey girl, hey.
Mm.
Hey, girl, what's
Hey.
up? What is
What's
up?
up? So I don't know what happened with T.I. and Tiny. I just drew my own conclusions. I'm hearing that this chick, Sabrina Peterson, is all up in her drawer. She's all upset about T.I. allegedly pulling a gun on
Pulling the
her.
gun out. Yeah.
So I went through my own thing. Like, I think they had a threesome. Nobody wrote her a check. She said, if don't nobody pay me, I'm going to come out with the story. He was like, do whatever you want. Ain't nobody going to believe you. And that's when she came out with the story. But I could be wrong. You tell me what you know.
Wait a
Because
minute. Wait a minute.
LaShawn don't know that.
I just want to say this. You mean T.I. Tip, who went to jail on a gun charge,
On a gun
right?
charge, yeah.
Allegedly pulled a gun on somebody. That
Yeah.
same tip. All right, well, continue.
He had denied all allegations. I do
Expeditiously.
not. The Harrises have had difficulty with this woman for well over a decade. They are taking this matter very seriously, and if these allegations don't end, they will take appropriate legal actions. That's my
Expeditiously.
That's my T.I. voice.
That's your
T.I.
T.I.
I have
Not you, Mr. Gun Charge. Going to jail, dude.
He the last person who needs to be doing that.
But did he do it? What do you know, Jerry?
This is what this woman said. I don't know, was she like a Tiny's makeup artist or something like that? I don't know if that's who she was, but all of a sudden she came out saying that T.I. pulled a gun out on her, put a gun to her head, and she even took a lie detector. I don't remember why, like, exactly, because there was so much going around this story, but that could be it. Maybe they had the little, because that's what they do. But ever since she came out, so many other victims came out of charges saying
that
that
happens all the
it
time.
happens all the time. So many other victims came out saying that T.I. and Tiny was running like their own little like sex ring, to where Tiny would recruit these women and then they would have threesomes with
What?
both of them. And one of the women had said that, she didn't want to do it. And Tiny kind of like, made her comfortable or whatever, gave them drugs and kicked them out afterwards. And the one woman had said that she was, drugged up so bad, like someone had to like drag her out. And these are the same, allegations through multiple women. I think after that, it was like 4 women at first, but then in total altogether, it came to about 15 women. And of course, they T.I. denied it, came out and, said the allegations were not true, this and that and the third. And then someone else, I don't know who it was, but they said like this is common in Hollywood.
They're not
Celebrities
in
are doing
Hollywood.
this. Well,
They
In
in
Atlanta.
That's Atlanta,
In
honey.
Atlanta.
Oh, there's a lot of worse to go in Atlanta.
It's
Atlanta.
common in this celebrity world that these, celebrities are doing this stuff. And I'm not surprised, to be honest. If you look at past interviews with both T.I. and Tiny, she's just like the
very
submissive type. And I think we talked about this on a previous podcast.
Yeah.
And she like listens to everything he says, and she goes with the flow with her husband, like he's not wrong. So I can see it. I can see.
I didn't get that from her.
You didn't?
When she was at Red Table Talk?
Yeah, it was Red Table Talk, and there was another one, and everyone was talking about it. Especially with that one. I remember that.
So, but you would think these people with children, and that are grown up in this, that wouldn't want to be seen in that light with their kids. Like
they ain't thinking about that. They ain't thinking. They got money. They're thinking a totally different thing. The kids are with the nanny. You get a nanny, a couple extra dollars. We're going to get our freak on.
But
their kids
aren't stupid.
Yeah, but who's their kids? They have adult kids except for the one little girl, Erin.
Ooh, no, they got that little Major dude, that little smart little dude.
21 years old.
Major ain't no 21.
Major dude.
Major. Yeah, Major's older. Major's not no little boy. No, Eris is the youngest.
No, but he ain't 21 though.
No, he's not 21. I'm just saying he's not.
He's like probably like 13. He's like a teenager or something like that.
Yeah.
But still, these are your kids. I don't care. I don't care, but these are your kids. These are your kids. You gotta, like, let me at least show them some kind of dignity, some kind of respect. Respect yourself. I don't believe that. They seem to be. He puts on a good front.
That they're getting these freaks on.
I believe maybe they're doing that, but to that extent that it would be out there like that. I don't know.
I don't think that they're planning for it to get out there. I think that they're having what goes in, what happens in the dirt comes out. I mean, what happens in the dirt comes out in the light.
Say that.
I think that they've been, having. I'm just alleging. I'm just assuming this may not even be the case. I don't know, but I mean. They like some freaky stuff in the bedroom, and somebody like, okay, I'll do it, but you're gonna have to come up off some money. How much? I want 30 grand. I ain't giving you 30 grand. What you talk about? You ain't giving me 30 grand. I ain't giving you no damn 30 grand. Tip. We ain't gonna give me no 30 grand. No,
you did the whole story, Kiki. You did that.
You don't give me 30 grand. If you don't give me 30 grand, I'm coming out and I'm telling everything. And you what? Oh, you will? Oh, you about to tell everything? Oh, word? This what you about to do?
Oh, you will.
Yeah. You will this way? This what you not about to do, partner. You know how you do that thing,
Right. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Because I seen the little ratchet show, Love and Hip Hop, and when Stevie J and Jocelyn was on there, they were like, with another girl, Tommy, and it was like it was just like it was so glamorized, this whole thing, that it was really sickening, and that's just not cool. It's not cool.
Yeah.
I don't
but
like
I think
it.
it's common. Cool. I think it's common for their community. I think it's something that they're used to
every day.
I think it's something that they're used to, and we'll see how it goes. Now, the young lady Sabrina has hired Lisa Bloom.
Oh,
I
she.
guess Gloria Allright was too busy. And so she even
Mm-hmm.
took and said she reacted to a couple of the other victims, alleged victims that have come out. And she said, good Lord, so many accusers. So I think folks
Mm-hmm.
was just like, oh, wait a minute. Remember on Players Club when Bernie Mac was like, ding, 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 clicking the lights. And like, come on, girl,
Mm-hmm.
that's money.
Yep, that's and they all sort of flat upstairs.
And you know what's so sad, and I did this before, and I know y'all were mad at me about this, was about the Russell Simmons thing and the Matt Lauer situation. And
Oh
there are
yeah.
opportunists out there. And it's sad because there are people who really have these stories, people who have really lived, but there are people who are out there trying to catch a good buck. And
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
and and that's where you got to listen to all the little stories, and you got to sift through fake news and real news and figure out who's who or who's telling the truth.
Right.
But what's the game for this girl, Sabrina Peterson? First of all, why are you putting all your business out there on Instagram? Why are you putting it out there on Instagram?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why? Why are you putting everything does not have to be on Instagram, especially
No, it
Instagram
doesn't.
Live, because you want to get heart streams and you want to get followers and you want this to be. What is that going to do? Go to the damn lawyer.
That's what everyone. I never understood why people do that. Anyways, it's you want, and then it's like you say I'm not going to tell my business or I want to be private and this and that, but then you go out and just dish all of your information out. It's not, that's just not a good look to me.
It's not.
It's never been a good look to me. I never understood why people like just. You need to see a therapist. You need to write down in a diary. You need to do something. But social media is not the place. That's where people going to take it and run with it and do what they want with it. Like it's never a good place. I
You
never
need to sign a
People are
understood.
thankful.
non-disclosure.
NDA,
Sign a
absolutely.
non-disclosure. How about
Yeah,
That
that?
you
was on one of the
do.
shows. One of the couples I think it was alluded to on Real Housewives of Atlanta, because somebody said, Candy, what do you and Todd do? Do you do a non-disclosure? She said, mm-hmm, and just did her head like that. I was like,
Uh-huh. Hmm.
That's right.
okay. Eh.
That's right.
It's just
Cut the
too much.
check, sign the contract.
People are
Yeah.
just living. If it wasn't for Facebook and all the other social media, some people just wouldn't have a life.
No, they
Yeah.
How would
wouldn't.
they do?
People
They
get
wouldn't.
off
Yeah.
social media. They
They
would not
wouldn't.
know
I mean, I know
what
people
how to
like
function.
they really do. A friend of mine, she puts she puts her weight. She puts her exercising on Facebook and
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. She's been doing it for years.
Mm-hmm.
She's still the same size.
Oh my god.
No, nothing's changed.
He said,
Then
oh
on
Lord.
on Sunday, she puts her Sunday meal on there. Nothing's changed.
Oh my God, LaShawn.
Why did you just
Workout,
turn into Benita Petrell?
workout every day.
Why are you turning into Benita Petrell? I ain't gonna tell y'all.
I,
She
I ain't
kept
one to
tapping
gossip.
the camera like
I ain't one
this.
to gossip.
I'm just saying,
So,
I'm
okay,
just
every
saying.
day.
nothing
It's been
changed.
years. It's been years. I can come back, not look at her post for 6 months. It looked like the one she posted 6 years ago. I'm like, you
Oh
gonna stop doing
Lord.
that? I mean, her workouts be hard,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking your meals afterwards
Well, I
be
think she's
big.
building muscle. I think she's building muscle. I don't, maybe she's
No,
plateaued.
no,
No. No.
no,
All right.
Not gonna happen.
Before some,
absolutely not.
I'm gonna
Let me
need y'all
holler
to
at you.
back up.
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna need y'all to back
I
up.
don't even want to put her name out there. But
She
I was like,
knows.
mm-hmm.
She
She
knows.
she on
She knows. It's
she
She
on
serious.
knows.
Slim Slow. She on Jenny
Did
Craig
you say
Mac.
she's on? Did you say?
Slim Slow and Jenny Craig Mac died. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. I don't even want to say it, man. People gonna start looking at my Facebook and seeing who she is every day.
You said she was slim slow.
every day working out.
And Jenny Craig
Slim Slow. Yeah, she on Jenny Craig Mack. I'm like, what? Every day she on there. Every day.
Oh
I mean, for real. She's up at 6. I mean, you know what I mean? 6 a.m. with her workout. Strong, like pulling tires to trucks. Then on Sunday, she posts a meal. It looks pretty reasonable, like the meal, but you ain't eating that every day. That ain't the meal you eating every day. That's just your Sunday meal.
What's the point behind you putting this woman's information?
I'm just saying, people post. The point is,
where are we going?
The point is, let me say what the point is. Let me holler. Let me holler at you. The point is, people post too much on Facebook, too much of their business, and nothing's happening. Nothing's happening.
Okay.
Posting too much.
Okay.
I just don't need to see that. It's too much. I know a person who like fell out of love with one person. Like she's posting her and this dude love like this. Couple months later, she with another dude. She in love with each and every one of them on Facebook. Stop. It's too much. It's too much.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right.
That is the last for the night.
Oh my God. Okay. Slim Slow and Jenny Craig Mack.
Jenny Craig Mack. That's just on Sunday.
Yep.
Well, speaking of nicknames, Courtside Karen was made the news. Courtside Karen, LeBron James had it out. We had a Karen episode, a Karen sighting. We're gonna take a quick break and come back. We're going to talk about this in Girl Talk because I just don't understand how where we are right now as a people, as a world, as a country, with everything that's going on. Why are we still using our privilege? Why are we not getting it? And we're gonna kind of dry our eyes from this crazy person and try and get a little serious because Courtside Karen got some folks talking. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media today. Hold on. She said Courtside Karen. No, she said Slim Slow.
That's really the funniest. Slim Slow was so serious about
it. Slim Slow and Jenny Craig Mack. Yeah. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media today. Yeah. So we oh Lord. Anyway, if you are doing an exercise video live on Instagram or Facebook, I need for you to not do it every day. At least do it once a week. That way we can see some changes because if not, this young lady is going to talk about you.
All day long.
Will talk
she will talk about you. All right.
I mean, no, I can do one more. My cousin. Okay.
One more. Oh. I got one more.
She does this. This is her going to work on Facebook. This is her at work. This is her on the way home from work. This is her with the family. Same. I'll be like, what? I know it's the same. It's the same post. Like every time, and she have the camera. Like you can see her hand doing like this. Like she had the camera. She be like. Same. I hate that. I hate that. Right.
I really hate when people take
on my way to work.
Like that.
I'm at work. Eating lunch. Like stop. Like show. Those live videos. People, right.
I hate those types
live
of,
people. Live videos. People at the bar smoking cigarettes. What is that? It's your life. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I'm back. Come on, let's go.
All right.
Okay.
So another news story. Another news story that erupted over the weekend. Courtside Karen, and this was a young lady who attended a Lakers game and got into a little back and forth with LeBron James. He mocked her. That's how we found out what was going on. He had mocked her on Twitter. Her and her husband were ejected from Monday night's game for heckling him. And he took to Twitter and wrote Courtside Karen was mad. So this happened during the Lakers game against the Hawks. Referees removed the woman. Her name is Juliana Carlos and her husband, Chris Carlos. They were going a little too hard against LeBron. She alleged that her husband got into a screaming match with the NBA star. She herself removed her COVID mask to yell at Braun. Referees ultimately stopped the game to remove the couple. They were totally out of line for doing this. Juliana, Courtside Karen, hopped on Instagram, pissed, petered, and appalled. Shared her version of what happened. She since then issued an apology because I think because the story went viral, it then got to the job, and it got to the neighbors, and it went to the PTA.
And it made her look real crazy.
It made her look real crazy. And I think it affected some coins. The man affected some coins. And so she issued an apology. She wrote, about last night, to say things escalated quickly at yesterday's game is an understatement. And I want to apologize for losing my cool and removing my mask in the heat of the moment. My husband is a huge sports fan, and we're passionate people. And let's be real, sports wouldn't be sports without a little trash talking. I get it, but somebody is not getting it. Number one, you're not getting the fact that you're abusing your privilege. Okay. Yes, you spent your good hard-earned money to get courtside passes. I understand. Sit your ass down and watch the game.
Right.
Okay,
you should be glad.
Nobody owes you anything. Just because you paid for a courtside seat, you do not get to yell at the players. You do not get to use your authority or any type of privilege in any way. Sit down and watch the damn. Sit down, like my grandmother used to tell us in church. Sit down. Also, we are in a pandemic, ma'am. You are blessed to be courtside at a damn NBA game. You're lucky you weren't virtual. You could have been virtual. So how do you take off a mask?
Because that's what they do.
At a courtside game.
You
know what I'm saying?
They don't want to wear them anyways. You know, she wanted to prove her points. And not to mention, she's only 25.
I know. I was like, no, she's not. 25. She's older.
I thought she was a good 35, close to 40. Like, and that's not even exaggerating. You know, like I seriously thought she was like in her 40s.
Yeah.
And you're right. You know, people abuse that. You know, they don't take advantage of it in a good way. You know, I don't even know how like it started. Like, what did LeBron actually say to her husband? I don't. Did that even come out? I don't even know what was said. Anyway, she should have just sat down. You know, just it's a game. Like, I get the trash talking this and that, but you just messed everything up. But like you said, she had to come out with an apology because people was on her and it went viral. They was even putting stuff like not on Black History Month. Like, I think it happened like the first day. They was like, you know, this is Black History Month, not the first day. It's not the third. All the memes were crazy. But yeah, she had to issue an apology. But I mean,
you always get in trouble when you go to somebody's job and start a ruckus. No matter what the situation is, when you go to somebody's job, even when people get angry at people at McDonald's and they're screaming and somebody's videotaping it, and it could be for whatever reason, but they look at you and you're screaming at the McDonald's employee. If the employee ain't fighting you or anything, fighting you back, you look real crazy coming on somebody's job and doing that. So she's sitting there at LeBron's job. She's doing all this, and you know, and another thing could be also, I know when I get tickets and stuff to different things and I get tickets to the box, I go as a guest of someone else. Like, she could have went as a guest and used guest tickets. Whenever they look that up, it reflects back on
the person that invited you.
Gave you the ticket.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why that quick apology came, because you got those tickets from somebody in some corporation or something, because they're not letting individuals just buy tickets, because that's the case. Spike Lee would be at every game because he has the money, all those. So some kind of way you got there, you issue that apology because you screwed it up and you're not going back on with that company anymore.
Or her husband. She messed it up for her husband. That could have been the case too.
That could have been,
she's doing all this stuff, and you know,
for what? And
that's when you got that kind of, when they let you in those games and you get the little box or whatever, the little seats, you get all the free food and the liquor, but you don't have to drink it all. You don't have to act a fool. But for so long, she's probably been allowed this kind of privilege, and she's thinking, oh yeah, I done made it now. I'm going to say what I want to say, like I'm the coach. No, you're not, and you're not going to do that with LeBron.
Rules. No, we all have to follow rules. Like, I don't know why
LeBron played her. He was like,
Exactly.
Yeah, how you gonna argue with the king?
And you lucky his wife wasn't there because we know she would have shut it down.
Well, she know.
Okay.
She like, look, I don't
Savannah
need to
was
show
not
nothing.
gonna be having none of that.
This Mrs. James was probably like,
is she his wife? Did they get married?
yeah, that's his wife. That's not his baby mama. That's his wife.
For you know what? For years she was
that's
just
like his high school sweetheart.
That's wifey.
No.
I get it. She was baby mama for a minute, but now that's wifey.
Yeah, so they probably they haven't been married that long.
Well, she is
I was just
now.
asking the question. She is now.
She
Okay.
is now. She is the queen. She is the queen.
Because she doesn't really have to say anything. There's other not virtual, but social media wives that would have said something and would have got Karen straightened out because they feel like they got a stake in LeBron.
Can you just imagine what that would have looked like?
Oh,
and guess what? LeBron's wife would have been looked at wrong
for taking up for her husband.
Yeah.
Nah. I remember like the one basketball player. He was in the stands about to fight somebody. Was it Meta Real Life or what's his name? He was fighting. His wife came down. She was ready to do something too. I was like, "Yo, go girl!"
That's right. You can't mess with my man's shoe.
We've been doing all the bills.
He can't be losing his job.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no.
He needs his money,
honey. We need them coins.
Yeah, I'd be like, baby, go back on the court.
I got this. I'm not working.
You go back.
You go ahead, baby.
I got this.
I'm gonna handle this right here, right now.
I got this.
You do what you gotta do.
I just wanted to know. I think that certain Americans are not understanding that this is a serious situation, even with the now first Black vice president. And now we have so many African Americans holding political office. And, with the Black Lives Matter now being nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize, with so much going on with the Black community, you would think Courtside Karen or the country singer Morgan Wallen would shut up.
Yeah, well, change is slow. How long have we been waiting for a change?
But reaction is fast.
Yeah, well,
change is slow. Reaction is quick.
But it's still in you. It's still in you to feel that way, to say what you want to say, because it's still in you. You haven't accepted the change.
Yeah.
I mean, now there's some rules and regulations, but you haven't accepted it. I mean,
yeah.
So it's been slow. I mean, we can't expect for everything to change overnight. We've been beaten on, spit on, bit by dogs, pepper spray in our eyes for years.
Still lynched.
Yeah.
And it still happens. So it's slow, and some people don't get it. Call the N-word forever. Mm-hmm. Some people just rolls off their tongue so easily.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take time. It's going to take time.
But nothing is changed. No one apologizes. No, the wake up call doesn't happen until something is taken away. Until your privilege is taken away. Not right after you did it. Like after this man Wallen said the N-word, he didn't go, uh-oh.
Right.
Yeah. My lawyer, call my agent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Until somebody was like, bro, that video went viral. Yeah. You do know your record company's on the phone. You just got dropped from the record company. Oh, now you can't. The country.
Now you got. Yeah.
Oh, now you can't. Like this girl Sabrina. Not Sabrina, because that's T.I.'s issue. But the homegirl Courtside Karen. It's like, oh snap. Oh, we didn't.
Somebody probably called her.
Serious. It's been serious.
Yeah.
Why are we just now? The reaction is quick.
Yeah. No, because they've been doing it for a long time around people that haven't said anything. Now you got someone that says something. He ain't just they just start using the N-word. You've been doing it for a long time. Somebody recorded you saying it. Now, it goes there, it goes to the record company. And then once it's recorded, maybe he might have said it before and the record company might have been like, oh, it's okay.
He's been in trouble before. He's been in trouble before, so maybe this is
this ain't first time. Now the record company.
This ain't his first rodeo.
It ain't his first rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And now we have, we're so quick to pull out our phones and everything is posted on social media. So everything is uploaded within seconds.
Accountability.
And
Yeah.
it's accountability, and then it's getting shared, and then it's having all these likes and these comments, and then the record companies are calling, and
Yeah.
then Courtside Karen's or her husband's company is calling her. You know what I mean? So that's that I will say that's the good thing about social media. They probably been doing this stuff. She probably been heckling, at games or whatever or anything else.
For
He probably he
years.
been saying the N word. It's just that now they're getting caught doing it.
Mm.
So that's the only difference I will say
Right.
about
You're
that.
on your job saying what you want to say, and
Yeah.
now the job is like, listen, we got a different person in HR. You can't do that
Yeah.
anymore.
Right now,
The
yeah.
whole deal. There's big lawsuits against that, and everybody got to watch what they say and what they do. You can lose your job for just a quick mistake. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so
So in
it's not that cool.
In Wallen's case, who is now apologizing for using the N-word casually and in private, it did cause a huge uproar. If you don't know, we're talking about the country singer. He was actually set to perform for SNL a couple months ago, and Lauren Michaels saw him, or there were reports that he was out partying and it wasn't COVID friendly. So he wasn't social distancing, and it was definitely against the policy of SNL. And so they rescheduled him, and he had later made an appearance and kind of mocked himself on the show, apologizing. But again, he's in the news, causing an uproar with his fans and record company and the country awards. So the NAACP of Nashville is extending an olive branch, and they want to educate him. Do you think it is our responsibility as the Black community to educate the non-Black community on how to address us, how to respond to us, how to treat us? Should we grown people teach other grown people who know but refuse to acknowledge? Should we
Absolutely.
teach them? You think so?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why?
Absolutely. Because, you might not know me individually. You might just know of what you heard. But until I tell you and let you know about me and what I require and what respect that is required for me, for you to address me, you'll never know. Because they see us as and we are a group of people, but they have labels on this group of people. They don't do this. They're lazy for nothing. That's not true. That's not true. We got to educate them about that. I mean, I just did quick example, like the NFL with that protocol for concussions. Did you see that? What they said, and they have a thing. They said it's demographically. When a Black player gets hit, they go back like his cognitive skills socially, and they because it's as if we don't think the same way Black people, white people think. We're not raised the same way they are, so they think there's a difference in everything.
A concussion is a concussion.
Exactly.
Okay.
But they're finding out this is one of the tests that they give to the doctors so they can test the players to see how severe their concussion was. And it's not the same one that they give to everybody. So this came out, a former Steeler. He that's another story. We'll probably talk about that. But yeah, so it's just because they don't see us the way they should. They don't see us as the same as them. We're different. You know, so we have to educate them about who we are and where we come from. I'm not assuming you just know all these things. We have to educate them like you educate a child. You just don't assume a child knows everything. You might say they look the part, they look the size, like they should know this. You look like you 10 years old. You should know to do this.
Sean, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
Well,
yeah.
That's a lot of people. I got a life. I got family.
Well, we're not
kids.
saying
I
we're
got a
not
job.
saying
I got a life. I
you ain't saying you got to do it individually. we ain't got to say you got to do it individually, but it's going to be one of those things where you're going to see more of a presence of us to understand. Really, you before you didn't have to know about us because we weren't seen everywhere. We weren't seen on TV. We weren't seen in corporations. We weren't seen. You know, whenever we would get a job and we were the only Black person on the job, we used to say, like, you know, I'm the only Black person there. That's not right. That's not right. And you know, they at that time, some things were judged by that one Black person on the job because we settled for the fact that we were the only Black there instead of saying, you know, pushing the issue. Why am I the only one here? There should be other people here of color.
Well, now that's happening. Before that wasn't.
Now it's happening. So that's an education they have to have because their thought and everything that they learned was from that one Black. I work with a Black person. Well, that's the only one you know. That's the only one in your department. So everything was judged on that person.
I watched Blackish this week. I don't know if you all seen the new episode of Blackish, and Andre, who is like the blackety black, all Black Panther type Black rich dude living in Hollywood or Inglewood or whatever you call it. He had Rainbow's white cousin was so passionate about the Black community, and he would call Dre every time that he had a hang up about what was, you know, what was the social injustice and things like that, Black Lives Matter. And so he had asked Dre, or Dre he asked Dre to help him better understand the Black community. And it was like, it was exhausting. It was well, first off, it was exhausting to watch, although it's a sitcom. It was exhausting to watch, but he had like 3 pictures. One was John
Regina
Lewis.
King.
It was all the Reginas. Regina King, Regina Hall, and Regina Bell. Did you see the episode? And then it was John Lewis.
John Lewis. Elijah Cummings.
And it was another one, but they all got them mixed. He got them all wrong. But then when it came to him wanting to stand up for public schools, like he was just not cool about the injustice with the students, not injustice, but just the unfair treatment of the public schools and Black students, and how the minority schools weren't receiving the same resources that the private schools or the white schools were getting. And Dre said, are you going to send your kids to public school? And there was hesitation.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like, we could teach them, but are they going to, is your white friend going to be willing to go all the way in learning everything?
Right.
I'm still learning everything.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
And it's okay if they don't. But you have to know you're accountable for what you know. So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to tell you, and you're going to see more of me.
Right.
Understand it.
Right.
You ain't got to deal with it. You ain't got to do that. That's fine. But and it's okay for us to have our own. You know, it's okay for us to fight for things so that we can have. I mean, what I love about the Black community is that, you know, it's okay. Like Pittsburgh is diverse, but it's very like we have a Polish Hill, we have Bloomfield Italian, you know, and in Homewood, you know, Black. It's okay to celebrate that. It's okay to let other people, but it's okay to celebrate your own and celebrate your heritage. We have St. Patrick's Day that's coming up, and you know that's broadcasted on television. So we know that there's people there that are Irish descent. But in October they do the Black History. October is when they have the African American parade. It's really not on television. Not too many people are going down on there. Halfway through February, you don't see so much, because if we got to embrace it ourselves. We got to do it ourselves.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. But education is the key. I'm going to educate you. Whether or not you want to take it, you ain't going to say that you didn't know.
Well, on that note, let's educate them on how we can get more episodes and find out how to reach us and write us. We appreciate you watching and listening to the podcast. This was good conversation, but we got to wrap it up. So LaShawn, why don't you let everybody know? Go ahead and get your notes out. Get your notes, because I know you ain't got them.
No,
Jesus, help me.
She's like, nah.
Take the wheel, Jesus.
Okay, do you want Jerry to go first? Jerry can go first.
Look, let me holler at you. I got this, Kiki, all right? And I'm gonna tell them how they can.
She gets up like this. You see all up in her nostril. Let me holler.
Let me holler at you.
I cannot.
So you can.
I'm jealous because I can't do it. I have to get up and.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Let me holler at you.
Let me holler at you.
I got to
get all the way up.
Let me make sure you know what's going on.
Right.
Let me holler at you. So what it is, you can find us on Instagram at Hey Girl Hey Podcast 2018, or you can find us on Facebook at the Hey Girl Hey Podcast. Or you can find us on the Twitter at Girl Hey 2018. Or you can email us at the Hey Girl Hey Podcast at gmail.com. And you can also give us a call, leave a message at 412-709-6130.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
That's
Jerry, what do you have?
So to listen to past episodes of the Hey Girl Hey Podcast, we are on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn Live 365, YouTube, Google Play, Anchor FM, Podbean, and urbanmediatoday.com. And SoundCloud. I don't know if I said that.
All right, let me
Jerry
go.
remembers all her stuff. It's
Bo
like,
needs some.
Yes.
I don't know how you don't know this stuff by heart. We only say it every week.
You know.
Yeah.
That's because you're not on the social media.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. We appreciate you for watching. We appreciate you for listening. Thank you so much. Tell folks about us, man. We got a lot of offers of people wanting to be on the show. We just need to know what you going to talk about. Be on the show is different. But what you on the show for?
Right.
That's what I want to know.
They get on and start talking about stuff and
be like
talking like that lady in Congress, this is space beam and 9/11 didn't happen. To be like, what? Cut them off. I'm not.
Cut them off.
I will shut it down. I feel like, boop.
So I was on the moon with Smurfette. Wait a minute.
Right. What?
Yeah.
I never clean my chitlins. I just eat them. What?
Wait, what? Anyway.
You must want to die, huh?
Right.
I am not talking to you nowhere near you. Your breath smell right on the tube. I can smell your breath on the tube. You don't clean your chitlins.
That's bad when your breath smell bad on YouTube. That's
on
bad.
The YouTube.
That's
on the YouTube.
Bad
I'm
breath
your
on the tube.
radio chick, Kiki Brown.
And I am the chatter chick, LaShawn.
LaShawn. And I am the millennial chick, Jerry.
When I gave my first and last name, I have to give my first and last name. I don't know why y'all get on my nerves.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's the Head Girl Hey Podcast, Urban Media Today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Word.